Shout the six on the track. I feel like today I need to do a Freddie Gibbs appreciation post. There's no telling what might happen to Freddie Gibbs. He might be going to jail soon. We don't know. The dry snitching game is real out here. On the Joe Rogan podcast, talking about he shot a crackhead in the booty 5-9 times, GTA style. Did a drive by on a crackhead. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if it's him feeling the pressure of being on that podcast, whereby he needs to make that kind of statement to be in with the cool kids. I don't know, man. I know that Freddie Gibbs went to jail in Austria. I want to talk about the hardest project that Freddie Gibbs has put out to date. Don't get me wrong, the other projects are really good, but for me, this one here, Freddie, oh man, the Freddie project is absolute killer. And by the way, a couple of things I like about Freddie Gibbs is, to me, you gotta be unique. To me, you gotta sound unique. To me, everything about you has to be unique. Your vocals, your pattern scheme, the way you sound on the mic in general. To me, you have to be unique. And Freddie Gibbs, man, Freddie Gibbs is so unique. Like, you can hear him sonically. Like, if someone was to play you Freddie Gibbs, you'd know it was Freddie Gibbs. Kind of like if someone was to play you Nipsey, you'd know it was Nipsey without even having to look at the description of the tracks. I don't mean Freddie Gibbs is unique like the way some idiots out there are talking about, oh, he reminds me of Tupac. Listen, not every black guy who's bald and has tattoos and is slim should remind you of Tupac. That's some stupid shit. Freddie Gibbs does not remind me of Tupac. Not at all. Anyway, dry snitching, man. It's crazy out here. I don't think he actually shot anyone. I don't think he actually shot anyone. I think Freddie Gibbs was either under the pressure of having to look like a cool kid by saying that, or it's just a joke, I think. But yo, man, I wasn't there, man, so I couldn't tell you. Also, have you guys noticed that the G chain he has around his neck gets bigger and bigger? Like, on this album cover here, the G chain is it's like a small little size, man. But later on, in the rest of his projects, the G chain is become quite big. Let's get back into it, man. The Freddie project. I struggle to find artists that can give me projects, albums, mixtapes that I can listen to from start to finish. I give it the benefit of the doubt. So if I have to skip 2 songs, that's normal. Not everything is going to be for you. That's perfectly normal. So like the Juicy J, Stay Trippy, about 2 or 3 songs that I didn't like from that project. Otherwise, the entire project. Stay Trippy is Juicy J's best project by far. This here project, Freddie, I think it's Freddie Gibbs's best project by far. I like his other stuff, don't get me wrong, but this here, if you're looking for an introduction to Freddie Gibbs, this here is like so Freddie Gibbs. The beats have changed over the course of time. There's more bass on this one here. It's more grimy. It's like really raw. It sounds really, really dope. What comes after this is a bit kind of more what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word it is. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Contemporary? Ah, man, I sound like, you sound like a douchebag when you start using words like that. Contemporary. But no, let's walk through this Freddie project together, because this is some serious heat. Just how I like it. 10 songs is enough for a project. Like, I don't like it when people have like 26 songs and then like another 4 bonus tracks. Like, I don't need that. Give me 10 and give me 10 good ones. You know what I mean? Like, give me 10 good ones. I was listening to this the other day and I hadn't even realized that it was over. That's how good it was. I thought they were gonna keep coming, but I didn't even realize that it was over. I got to the 10th one and I didn't realize, and by the way, the 10th one, Diamonds, that's my shiznit. Like, out of this project, and we'll talk about it, but Diamonds is the shiznit for me. But this is good, man. I like this. It's 10 songs. It's solid. Let's take it from the top. Wait. Oh my god, this is so hard. If you listen to this with a good pair of headphones, this here has such good bass, and the beat picking for Freddie Gibbs is on point, and his lyricism, wow, his cadence, everything is on point. Hard as F, hard as fuck. Like, this is like that first song, Wait, is it's an intro, and it's the dopest intro you could put on a project. That's what you want. You want to put something that is solid. You want to put something there that shakes you. That's the intro. That's the perfect intro. Automatic. I'm gonna get a copyright claim because I want to. If you've never heard Freddie Gibbs, you need to listen to this album. It is so fire. I mean, the beat picking is really dope, man. It's a lot of bass, it's heavy, and the lyricism is on point. His cadence is on point as well. So if you guys don't know, it's called Death Row. That sample that they're using is an Eazy-E sample, although I don't know who made the beat for Eazy-E. I don't know if it was Dr. Dre who made the beat for Eazy-E. I'm not too sure, but this here is where that sample comes from. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my god, that sounds familiar, this is that cruising down the street in my 6'4", that Eazy-E. I mean, not one track on this is terrible. Not in my opinion anyway. Not one track on this is terrible. It's a lot of bass. It is a lot of bass. It is heavy bass. It is I want to say drill type bass, but I don't think it's the drill type bass. It's what's the word I'm looking for? On Fruity Loops. If you go on Fruity Loops, you can find this type of bass here. It's called something else. This one. That really heavy bass. And it kind of like stretches a bit. It's perfect. If I'm being critical, to me, I think Toe Tag is like the one song that maybe I could skip, but that's if I'm like being really critical, and again, it's a personal choice. So if you were like, okay, out of these 10, which one would you remove? Which one do you listen to less? I'd say Toe Tag. But it's hard, man. This is a solid project. This is a really dope project. Diamonds is the next one, and Diamonds is such a heavy track. This is such a hard track by Freddie Gibbs. Like, this is so hard. Yo, that's it for me, man. That's the Freddie Gibbs. This is the best Freddie Gibbs project that's out there, in my opinion. The other projects are dope as well, but this one here, Freddie, in my opinion, is the best project. The bass that he chooses, the beats that he chooses, they come with so much bass. It is insane. It's so well put together. His vocals are so well put together. The ad-libs are so well put together. The choice of tracks is well put together. 10 tracks, again, my favorite. It's not like bombarding you with these 23 tracks. By the time you get to like 12 or 13, you're exhausted. This is 10. It's a dope mixtape. You go out there, you go running, you go jogging, you do a workout, you can listen to this Freddie album. Solid project. I myself am a big Freddie Gibbs fan. This is what got me going. This is what like brought me to that attention. Wait and Diamonds 2, those two tracks are like my all-time favorites. I know that he had some mixtapes and like mini projects before this here album, but for me, this is where I picked up. So this is where I got to know about Freddie Gibbs. It was from this here project, and I've been a fan ever since. I will always have time for Freddie Gibbs. It's so unique. It's crazy. I remember he was talking about that there was the opportunity to sign to G Unit, but he sounded too much like Young Buck. I think, was it Young Buck? I think that's what they were saying. And he never got signed by G Unit. But imagine what that would have been like. On the other hand, it's probably a good thing that he never got signed, because it creates a certain hunger, and it just allows the artist to just, drop whenever you want to drop, release whenever you want to release, go on tour whenever you want to go on tour. There's none of these obligations. I mean, I think the choice was right. I think the path is right. Freddie Gibbs, man, I'm always checking him out. Again, I hope he doesn't go to jail for that dry snitching that he did on the Joe Rogan podcast. Because if they find that body, if they find that alleged body that you shot 5 or 9 times, that crackhead, if he's still alive or if she's still alive, um, and the dry snitch, if they look at the camera footage and they find you there, yo, Freddie's gonna go for a long time, man. I hope that's not the case. Like I said, I think he just felt the pressure of being there, and he kind of like either came up with that joke or just came up with this like blatant lie. Um, but I think Freddie's alright. I think Freddie Gibbs is alright, man. We're working on we're working on Ghost Rider for Hire Part Two at the moment. I did I did my version of Whoopty, but I called it Whoopsie off of Toasty. Toasty is what the guy in Mortal Kombat says when you hit the uppercut. It comes out the side and goes Toasty. That's what I was going for, but we need to change the mic. I'm going to be changing the mic because this one here, it's not sonically doing me justice. When I switch over to Cubase, it makes the waves, my vocal waves on Cubase sound really, really like low and muffled. It's almost like I either have to yell, which then takes my breath away, or when I edit the vocals using Cubase, I have to amplify them, which I don't want to do. I want to just have like a good solid amount of vocals that don't really need that much touching up, but it's crazy the amount of work that I have to do because of this mic. If I go on Cubase and I try to do a verse, that verse is going to sound really, really low. I have to normalize and then I have to amplify, and I don't know if it's the mic. I haven't tried it with another one, but Ghost Rider for Hire Part 2 is coming up. We've got the instrumentals that I've put up on the instrumentals playlist. I'm going to be using those. That's why I made them, because I thought they were dope. I'm going to be using those for the Ghost Rider for Hire Part 2 mixtape, and hopefully I can get that done in about a month. So from next month, I'll start the recording process, and hopefully Ghost Rider for Hire Part 2 is out. And that's it from me, man. I'm out.